Good evening, fellow seekers of serenity, and talking about depression tonight. So, fighters of depression. I think everybody suffers from depression at some point. Depression is one of those misunderstood words, and I'm not seeking to trivialize it. It's an incredibly serious problem. However, it's assumed that it's just a mood or a state, and it could be long-term or short-term. Well, let's put it in other terms. If your car or other vehicle or any gadget does not switch on, so in the case of the car, you turn the engine over and nothing happens. In the case of your phone, you press the on button and nothing happens. If you use a microwave or a kettle or whatever, it just refuses to work. You don't assume that it's in a kind of a mood and that it'll pass, or that it could be permanent and there's nothing to be done about it. You quite rightly assume that there's an underlying problem which can be fixed, and it's manifesting itself in this inability to function, which, generally speaking, very severe cases of depression are, and they can manifest themselves from just the everyday equivalent of a writer's block, where everything is just so much effort and you just feel very, very heavy, right the way through to, I hesitate to call post-traumatic stress disorder a form of depression, but it's got a lot in common insofar as something has happened to your system and it's very difficult to function in a way which is beneficial for you. Okay. It's important, obviously, unless you want to be depressed, in which case I don't know why you'd be watching this video, but if you don't want to be depressed and you want to get something done about it, then it's important to first of all ascertain whether you need medical attention. How severe is the depression? And depression isn't something that can be solved with a pep talk any more than talking to your phone is going to put some charge in it when the batteries run out. Come on, you can do it. Today's going to be a great day. You know, these things don't work. It needs electricity. If your car won't turn over, there's a possibility it's the battery. I don't know whether they still have alternators. I assume they do. It's been a long while since I drove a car or even owned one. Could be there's a fan belt, and the fan belt helps charge the batteries. It could be the spark plugs. It could be that you've got no gasoline, petrol in there. There could be a multitude of reasons as to why the car will not start. Somebody could have cut the wires. So it's important on those more extreme examples, referring to your body, to find out, is it that you are simply run down, you've been working too hard, are you suffering from malnutrition, you've been giving yourself the wrong food which is not fuel but more poison than fuel. And yes, this poisonous stuff is readily available from many outlets, and it's an irony that it seems to be something that we crave far more than we should. We don't see it as a treat. We see it as something we just gotta have, and then it's not good for us. It could be the result of smoking. It could be the result of taking in other toxic, as in poisonous chemicals, too much alcohol, other drugs. You have to be honest about these things, and you have to. If you don't wish to be depressed, then you've got to face the fact that something has to be done about this. It could be your environment, and that word spans a lot of, or takes in, or encompasses a lot of different factors. It could be a toxic relationship, toxic relationships. It could be that there's too much noise outside, that you're not getting a decent night's sleep. If you feel that you are fighting depression all the time, then it would definitely be worth making a list of all the things that you feel could be a factor. And we've done this before, but this list it's pretty important. It's easy to, I've done it myself, I do it all the time. Yes, I'll definitely do that, and you never get around to it. I suggest as soon as you've finished watching this, you get that pen, you get that paper, go somewhere private. And if it means writing it into your phone, then do that, so that people won't say why you're writing. You could be saying, oh, I'm just texting, but keep yourself a note and keep it private, and make a list of all the things that could be contributing to your general unhappiness. Now, the good thing about all this is that, as I've said many times, we are technically just a container, a bag, a bottle with biochemicals inside us. And just as events and things that we have ingested have combined to provide us with a biochemistry which is not working for us, it is possible to turn that around and affect our biochemistry ourselves. In other words, take action which will change the chemical balance in our body and get us to a state of happiness, which is emotional health. So I'm going to sort of leave it there. And again, I want to stress I am not in any way underplaying what depression is. It's extremely severe. When it hits some people, they just cannot function. And if it is very, very severe and you feel that medication could help, then I, who do not like medication when it's unnecessary, would urge you to go and get some medication, however temporary, something to ease you through. And the other thing you should not overlook is decent sleep. Decent sleep, exercise, healthy diet. Those three alone will make a big, big, big difference. Okay, we'll probably return to this tomorrow because it's a big topic. It's a big topic. This is how to be happy, and depression is the opposite of that. It's not how to be depressed, but if you've got to fight depression, you've got to fight it. Okay, and like, subscribe, and all that other stuff if you would. Bye.